Tonight, we're touching on a topic that might be cheesy to some, but truly is a cornerstone of northeastern Pennsylvania culture. Pizza runs deep in the culture of NEPA. It seems as though people have sweet sauce and onions running through their veins. Tonight, we take you on a journey through the NEPA pizza scene on The Slice.
Google pizza capital of the world and see what happens. I think most people would be surprised. Old Forge, Pennsylvania has the top 3 listings for pizza capital of the world. A rare phenomenon that is happening in Pennsylvania. Let's take a look. So how did this little town with less than 9,000 residents get so popular, and even get a published article in the USA Today and an episode on Vice's well-known web series Munchies? The story goes, a coal miner's wife served a rectangular pizza to the miners that used to play cards at the bar she owned with her husband, and it was an instant hit. Old Forge is located in northeast PA, and today there are over a dozen pizza cafes along their main street. One of the most popular pizza cafes to visit is Arcaro in Juneau, founded in 1962, located in the heart of the pizza capital of the world. Their history and comfortable atmosphere make for the perfect combination when sitting down for a cut of their famous pizza. There are 2 types of pizza in Old Forge, red and white. On the red, the sauce is on the sweeter side and sometimes has diced onions. It's topped with a blend of cheese that may include mozzarella, American, and cheddar. A white pizza is stuffed with a layer of dough on top and bottom. The top layer is usually covered in herbs and sometimes thin slices of onion. Inside, there's no sauce, just a ton of cheese and any other filling that you choose. Old Forge and their pizza are an acquired taste, but a unique one nonetheless. One that gives them the title, the pizza capital of the world.
Welcome back to The Slice. Up next, we have a unique circumstance. Sam Dowenhauer has lived in NEPA for his whole life, but has managed to become not so familiar with the pizza scene. In what he calls his rant, he takes on pizza here and everywhere.
Alright, salutations, this is Sam Dowenhauer, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about pizza. Now, first and foremost, I guess I should describe my qualifications. I have lived in Pennsylvania most of my life, but I've never really had the chance to have any of the finer artisan pizzas that I hear are around here. Usually the best thing I can get is a DiGiorno's, and that's pretty disappointing. Especially if you undercook those things, it's like biting into taffy. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Basic pizza fundamentals. You got your cheese, you got your sauce, you got your crust. Sauce, you have too much of it, you might as well be eating a tomato. I don't know why this is so hard for people to get. Cheese, if you have too much of it, you're gonna end up choking on some of it. I know from experience. Trust me on this one. Then the crust, which I actually think is the most important part of your cut, if you will, is that if you don't make the crust right, it's gonna feel like you're biting into glass. And I usually end up giving my crusts to my dog, to the point where he's gotten used to the smell of pizza and gets excited every single time I bring it home. Now, if I'm having a good pizza where I can eat the crust, I do, and then I can see the face of disappointment just overcast my dog. It's kind of sad, but kind of funny at the same time. Anyway, as for the next part, toppings, everybody has their favorite, I'm sure. I'm partial to meat lovers. I know that's hard to believe because I'm such a lanky nerd, but here we are. I've heard there are some people that like pineapples, but it's a 50-50. Put it on a bowl on the side, move on with your life. That debate's over. I've heard some wackier things like broccoli or mushrooms, and honestly, when you put those kind of vegetables on a pizza, it stops being a comfort food. And if I'm eating a pizza, it's not because I want good nutrients, it's because I'm hungry and I'm too lazy to make anything better. Now, ooh boy, I just remembered where this is heading. Anchovies. I don't know what psychopath thought putting chopped up fish heads on a pizza was a good idea. But what? Like,
Nope.
Are you intending to terrify small children? Are you intending to make them not want to eat pizza ever again? Because that's how you do it. Severed heads on a pizza. What are we, like Vlad the Impaler just putting heads on pizzas? If it's
Denied.
Calm. Pickles. I don't know why I heard this recently, but somebody had the bright idea to put pickles on a pizza. And I have a personal vendetta against pickles, let me tell you, because if you put pickles on or near anything, it doesn't matter if it's a pizza, a burger, a $30 grilled cheese you ordered at a fancy restaurant, it's gonna taste like pickles, and I hate with an all-consuming passion. I don't think you understand. Now, like, how do I even begin to describe this? There are people out there that legitimately like get into arguments about pizza, like upwards of 30 minutes. It's kind of ridiculous. There are some people that can argue about pizza the way they argue about politics. Now, I'm sure everybody has their opinions, and you know, there are some people that are very devout, like, oh, square pizza, ooh, it's a tray, it's a pie, it's a cut, it's a slice, it's a rhombus even at this point. It's pizza meant to be something that brings us together. And that's the main point I want to get to here. So I'm going to go chill out, and we can toss to panel.
Welcome back to The Slice. We are about to have a riveting discussion about pizza in NEPA and beyond. So you already know who I am, and I am joined now by Andrew Verzilli, who I believe we're terming the pizza amateur tonight. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, the pizza amateur.
Okay. And I've been given the title of pizza expert.
Yes, you are the pizza expert.
Okay. I guess because I've lived here the longest, that's like a seniority thing. But I guess I'll serve as sort of the moderator tonight for our discussion. I'll guide the discussion the way we want it to go. So let's start off here, Andrew. What was your first memory of pizza? It's such a big deal to everybody in this area. So when did it first come into your life?
I can't pinpoint exactly when it came into my life, but I know that the shape of the pizza was round. That's I vividly remember that.
See, everywhere else in the world, everybody could probably say the pizza was round. Well, I can't say that. I don't mean, the 2-year-old brain doesn't recall things as well. But I mean, I couldn't tell you if it was round, square, if it was a tray, if it was a pie. I couldn't tell you. But
You were starting off with pizza pretty young. You said 2 years old.
I don't know. I'm not sure how old I was, Andrew, to be honest with you. But the main point is I cannot be certain of the shape of the pizza. And this is a geometry class anyway. But so one thing, I think what's important, first of all, to explain to everybody the lingo of the pizza in this area. Now, you had an experience with Old Forge Pizza, which we'll get to in a little bit. But so what you might know as a slice, and maybe this undermines our show a little bit, but a slice is known as a cut in an EPA. And what most people think of as a pie is called the tray. And most places, you get the box and you'd open up the box, but in this way you open it up like a clothing box. So, I don't know, like, it's kind of like Christmas Day, you come downstairs and you open up your pizza underneath the tree, I guess, kind of. It's truly a great way to...
Yeah, it was a kind of a surreal experience for me because like I'm so used to pizza being a certain way all the time, and then I come to the alleged pizza capital of the world.
It's not alleged, but that's okay.
Upon further research, it only says that Old Forge claims to be.
You saw the sign though, right?
I did see the sign,
You have
yes.
footage of the
But
sign.
I think what they really have going for them is that they're just different and unique in that way. So it was like weird even seeing it on a menu, like a cut and a tray of pizza. It's just like a...
Don't tell me it wasn't good though.
No, it was definitely good. I not gonna lie, I was a fan of the red pizza, which is just like their normal plain slice, right?
Right, the
So you
sauce
just
and the
call it
cheese is red. And
red,
the white
yeah,
is the double
and-
crust with the layer on top.
Yes,
so,
almost
which
like
is
a-
different as well too. But
almost like a calzone, stromboli
Yeah.
kind of thing going on.
Kind of like a
there.
pocket of goodness,
Like
really,
it's
pretty
a
much.
pocket of, yeah. It was definitely, yeah.
And
good
you
experience.
you saw firsthand the culture down there too. I mean, that is
jam-packed.
ingrained. That is ingrained into their culture. I mean, they have, the bocce courts out back there, and they have the pizza. It's like Old Forge. The heartbeat of Old Forge is pizza. You saw all the shops, and I mean, we went to 5 different shops down there. I mean, they're all right on the corner, and everything revolves around pizza. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
it was
kind of
like
incredible.
It was an older generation too, which what I did notice, but it was jam-packed at 3 o'clock on a Thursday. It was like kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we do in this area. So you had the pizza now, at least one time, so we could discuss now. We'll start with the dough. Now, the dough in this pizza is thicker than, or it's like a Sicilian than a New York slice, for example, where it's thin. And, you could get that around here too. But what was your take on the dough?
Yeah, it was. I'm so accustomed to the thin, like crispy, almost burnt dough, like crust bottom, and so that was different. Where like it was more like soft and I don't know. It was kind of like
I got a crunch when we were there, so maybe you just got
maybe I don't know if I got a bad piece because like sometimes I feel like you get like a chewy dough, which like I wouldn't.
No, you're right. You
that,
could. It could vary probably in terms of which cut you get. And you took an end cut.
Yeah,
and
I didn't know there was a difference if there's an end cut or a middle cut.
The middle or the end cut?
It's like a brownie. You know what I mean with that like end with that.
Well, there is a pizzeria in this area called Brownies.
Oh, there is? Okay,
yes.
Well, because like if you have a circular pizza with slices, they're all exactly the same.
Yeah, that's why I warned you. Don't say I didn't warn you. I said you want the end or the middle, and you said what's the difference? And I said, well, you're getting a corner.
Which is okay, so it's like more.
Well, you're getting a corner.
Yeah, so I'm like it's almost like 2 crusts, almost like in a way.
Yeah, more bang for your buck, I guess.
Yeah, I mean I'm a crust guy anyway, so
okay. A crust guy.
Yeah, I like the crust. I see people throw away crust sometimes.
That's
I don't
aggravating.
understand.
So then you must have loved the white then with 2 crusts.
Yeah, the white was really good, and the cheese was coming out everywhere too.
Yeah, it fell off your plate there.
Yeah,
you were trying to get a picture of it, and
it
fell off your plate.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to the sauce then. Now, obviously, the white doesn't have sauce, but for the red, and this is a big point of discussion here, the sauce is sweet and it has onions in it. Now, I think our Carolyn Janelles does a good job with it because the onions aren't overly pronounced.
Yeah.
They're chopped just enough. You still get the texture, but you don't feel like it's impeding the smoothness of the sauce either. So what was your take?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Like the onions were not overwhelming at all, which was nice because onions can have that effect sometimes. And it was definitely, you could taste like this sweet sauce, like it was different. It was, unique.
And the cheese now is obviously, this is again another big point of discussion.
That's
now, the cheese
the
is
weird
sharper.
part.
Well, it's sharper. It's an American mix. Some people might use sharp, some mozzarella. I mean, mozzarella, I should say. That's
the hardest part to get over, I think, from like normal, what I consider normal pizza.
That's interesting.
And Old Forge being abnormal pizza. Well, because you're so used to the
far from abnormal.
You're used to the abnormal cheese in the pizza. Like
I feel like though it complements the sharpness of that complements the sweet sauce. A lot of times when you get pizza, the sauce might be what's sharp. Like it's a little bit bitter, kind of. So, and to a degree, there's a lot of pepper in it sometimes.
Yeah, But there's no, they'll probably never. Is there ever a case where you take a bite and the whole cheese comes off with it on Old Forge pizza?
If you eat it really
because
hot,
I'm really like a folding kind of guy. I really like to fold my pizza. You can't do that.
Okay, well, we got this debate again. It's very efficient, this pizza. You don't have to fold it. You pick it up and eat it.
Yeah.
Think about the time you're wasting folding your pizza.
No, that can't be. Now we're talking seconds here.
Well, we're talking seconds, but it's a second that you don't have eaten your pizza. I mean, you have to fold it, and then if you get an oily slice, there's no flop on Old Forge pizza when you hold it up, and if you get an oily slice,
the flop.
It drips down then, and like you're left with a puddle of oil.
You ever see a guy like napkin a pizza? That's like.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to watch that sometimes too. If it's too oily, but I mean, I just think it's a big advantage of Old Forge pizza. There's not that flop. There's not that overabundance of oil. You can just enjoy it. Now, does cheese come off sometimes? Yes, if you eat it really hot out of the oven, but it's the same way it would come off on a round pie. Yeah. Have you ever eaten, has that ever happened to you with a round slice? I mean,
yes,
I'm sure it
yeah,
has.
no, that's what I was, because I think the cheese is different in that sense where like Old Forge pizza, that might not happen ever really. Because it's like, oh, actually, you know what? It could, I could see that. So.
All right, well, I think in the end, we can't let the politics of pizza
I feel like a lot of people are eating pizza, but not enough are talking about it.
Well, Andrew, we're covering only the real topics here on the slice. You know that. And up next, The great pie versus tray debate will hopefully be finally solved by some of Marywood's own students. Stay tuned.
I'm Andrew Verzilli.
I'm Christina Suraci, and we're at Marywood's Learning Commons doing our debate on pizza. Is it a pie or a tray?
Is it a pie or a tray? We'll find out right now. All right, we're talking about pizza. Pie or a tray?
A pie.
Is it a pie or a tray?
Tray.
So do you call pizza a pie or a tray?
A pie.
What about you?
Yeah, I call it a pie.
Do you call it a pie or a tray?
A tray, please.
A tray or a pie?
I call it a pie.
When you order a pizza, do you call it a pie or a tray?
Tray.
Pie or a tray?
I'm always a tray guy myself.
Is it a pie or a tray?
A pie.
So is it a pie or a tray?
It's a tray.
Is it a pie or a tray?
It's a pie.
Is it a pie or a tray?
Oh, you know what I'm going to say. It's a pie.
Is it a pie or a tray?
A pie.
Is it a pie or a tray? What do you call it?
I call it a pie.
Look, we're here. We're getting shit figured out. Pizza, trays, pies, squares, slices, cuts. Have you ever heard of it being called a tray?
Only here.
Yeah, it's like only in this like weird northeast Pennsylvania area that they call it a tray, right?
Yeah.
So why do you call it a pie?
I know it as a pie.
And because it comes out in a circle, right? Yeah, that
It looks like a pie.
looks like a pie. There you go. No, it's a pie.
It's a tray.
Why is it a tray?
Because square pizza. It's a tray.
What if it comes out in a circle?
Might be a pie.
Interesting. Interesting. Why do you call it a pie?
Because it's a pie.
Because exactly why though?
Because it just is.
It just is, or is it the shape? Is it the where you're from?
It's where I'm from.
Yeah, I think that's the main consensus here. So what if it came out in a square shape? Would you still call it a pie?
It's a pizza pie. Listen, like, you're not ordering a tray of pizza. Okay, wait, technically you're ordering like a tray of pizza, but it comes in a box. It's a pie. It's a pizza pie.
There you have it. Why do you call it a tray?
Because it's easy way to order with tray, not the pie. Like a pumpkin pie thing.
Oh, okay. So you see like a pie is more like a dessert, like pumpkin. You see a pizza's a tray.
Dessert. Pizza is a food, not a dessert.
So pizza's a tray, not a pie.
No.
Why do you call it a pie?
Well, I feel like tray is like a regional thing, kind of like around here. I've noticed, and I'm from New Jersey, and there we say pie.
Yeah, I'm from more towards Philly, and we say pie also. And but if it comes in if it came out, you ordered a pizza and it came out in a square, what would you call it then?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe at that point I'd call it a tray.
Would you like fall over to the tray, or would you just say sometimes like because I really don't like saying tray, I'll just call it a pizza?
Yeah, maybe like a square pie.
Yeah, a square pie there. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Why do you call it a tray?
I don't know. I grew up with it being called that, so I just always called it that.
So if it comes out in a circle, would you still call it a tray? That's interesting. And why?
Just I think it's just the area around here. Like it's always like a tray, pretty much. But I think over in Old Forge they might call it a pie over there. I'm not sure.
No, I think that's where the tray started. The tray started in Old Forge, but I call it a pie, and I've been calling it a pie. So I was wondering if it comes out in a circle, do you still call it a tray?
Yeah, like I said, it's just something that I've been born with. I mean, other people call it different things. Like there's a whole a slice versus a piece, a cut. Yeah, that's a whole other debate. But yeah, I'm always been a tray guy.
Why?
Because that's what people call it.
What if it's square pizza?
If you're from Scranton or anywhere in Northeast Pennsylvania, it's a tray, and you can fight me on this, honestly.
Okay, there you have it. It's a tray.
It's a pizza pie. It's just what it's a circle. It's not a tray. Then it's a tray. But if it's a circle, it's a pie.
Why?
I mean, especially in the circular shape, it's a pie. And then and there's always the debate of whether a square shape is a pie or not. And I mean, we just say it's Sicilian pizza. It's a Sicilian pizza pie, so it's definitely a pie.
There you go. Why?
I don't know, 'cause it's circle, right? Yeah, so it's a pie and pizza, so it's a circle.
What if it's a square?
Then that's a tray. Then it's a tray. Yeah.
There you go.
Please explain why you call it a pie.
Well, I mean, because especially if you look at where the origins of pizza came from in Italy, Naples, and stuff like that, it's always been round because that's how you put a dough out. So we've only been doing it as trays because it becomes industrialized. So you put it in a nice tray, you can fit more because they're squares into an oven. And then also because we live near Old Forge and they do tray-style pizzas, then they do it that way. But traditionally and more or less, it's always been a round pie. So.
That was some good history. Thank you. Well, the debate continues on, but it's definitely a pie.
It's a tray.
It's a pie.
It's a tray.
It's a pie.
It's a tray.
Well, I don't think we'll ever get the answer to this question.
For the record, it's a tray. Thank you all for watching The Slice this evening. We hope you truly did get a slice of NEPA culture. Until next time, I'm Nicolo Manzo.